Welcome to Kickstarter Connection, my top 10 board games of all time. I'm Kevin Delp.
And I'm Melissa Delp.
And we're happy to be part of the Tanger Mouse family. Today, I'm looking at my top 10 board games of all time. Before I do that, I wanted to mention that our Kickstarter is live for Season 4. Go check it out on Kickstarter, and please support us.
Now, I'm also working on a list. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to number it, but I will at least narrow down my top 10 games also.
I wanted to slip in my number 11 before we jumped into the top 10. Number 11 for me is Scythe. This game skyrocketed to the top 10 on the Board Game Geek's website. The artwork, the gameplay, and just the overall experience almost puts this in my top 10. But it's so new that I just wanted to wait at least a year. We'll see, this may push into my top 10 next year. Be sure to tune in.
Number 10.
Dominion, the fun deck building game in a box. Or should I say boxes now. The art isn't that good and the graphic design isn't that good either, but the gameplay is just so engaging to figure out all those card combos. I plan this year to put all the cards into one big box so it's easier to sort and to find all the cards to play the game.
I also really enjoyed Dominion, but I must admit if you just have the base game, it can get old pretty quickly. So you really need some of those expansions. Yeah. They add replayability and new strategies. I think that Prosperity and Seaside are probably my favorites, but each expansion adds something new, and there's some really interesting cards and strategies and elements in some of the newer expansions as well.
Number 9. Lords of Waterdeep. It's an easy worker placement game, and I would include the Skullport expansion as well. I wouldn't say I'm immersed in this fantastical world, but it's so streamlined. You play your people and complete your missions. The artwork is great, and I really like the board art. This game is so easy to teach new players that are entering the hobby and are looking for something a little different than the Catan, Ticket to Ride, or Carcassonne.
Number 8.
Ticket to Ride. At its heart, it's a set collection game. Get the colors you need to lay your train routes. With all the cool maps, this game never gets old. The Europe version has long been my favorite, but Pennsylvania is about to get there.
Ticket to Ride might not be the deepest game, but it's great for bringing new people into the hobby. And with all the different maps, there's so much replayability, and each one adds some more variety and some subtle differences in strategy.
Number 7. Imperial Settlers. A game where you're in charge of an empire like the Romans, barbarians, Egyptians, or Japanese. It's a card drafting and hand management game. What I like most about Imperial Settlers are the different uses of the cards. Should I build it? Raise it? Make a deal with it? I like that they keep offering new races to add to the game too. So far we've seen Atlanteans and Aztec. I'm not sure what their next expansion is going to be, but maybe it won't start with the letter A, or maybe it will. Maybe we'll see an Aliens expansion. Let me know in the comments below what expansion you would like to see for Imperial Settlers, and we'll let Ignacy know from Portal Games.
Number 6.
Power Grid. You have auctions, you have buildings with area control, you have resource management. The art may be bland, but I love figuring out the perfect timing of when you should build, how many you should build, what power plants you should build, keeping the other players from getting those better plants, keeping track of your money. I enjoy playing it every time. Number 5. Codenames. This game was extremely popular when it was released in 2015. It's a fun word association game. I like that it's a team of people versus another team of people. It's so fun trying to figure out the clues. We really enjoy introducing this to people who don't normally play games. Maybe they can be part of a team and just observe for a while and then understand how it works.
I really enjoy this one too. I'm a writer and someone who enjoys working with words, so it's so satisfying when you can find that perfect clue that connects several cards. And it's even better when your teammates are on the same wavelength and they can pick out the cards night, car, and beach when you say the clue Hasselhoff. Number 4.
Time Stories. It's its own mystery adventure in a box. I like that all the players are working together to solve the mystery. I think I like the asylum scenario the best still, because it's maybe a little bit more puzzly. We liked this so much that we even created our own scenario, Submerged Atlantis, and I sent it off to Space Cowboys.
I enjoy the sense of discovery when you reach a new location or flip over a card. And if you play with a group of people who really get into their characters and the story, it can be a great experience.
Number 3, Agricola. In my opinion, this is the best strategic worker placement game. It's amazing that you only start with 2 workers, but there's all these different routes to victory that you have. I don't get it to the table as often as I like, probably because it takes a little longer to play, and the setup and teardown are nothing to be trifled with. I enjoy the theme of farming, and everything works well together in this game. I always tell beginners that if you can figure out an easy way to feed your family, then you will do fine in this game.
I really enjoy using the occupation cards and the minor improvement cards. They really drive you to try different strategies. Number 2.
Kingsburg. This is a dice allocation game. This game came out in 2007, but the expansion to Forge a Realm that came out in 2009 made this game great. You get to roll dice and place them on the board to collect resources and build the right buildings that work for your strategy. We even got the Stonemaier realistic resources to bump up the gameplay. I'm glad they're making another edition of this, but not sure if I like the artwork better or not.
I like that the mechanics of the game, what you're doing on your turn, aren't very complicated, but you still have significant decisions to make after you roll your dice. Do you play it safe and put them all on one space? Or if you do split up your dice, which one do you play first? Are you going to get blocked? Or maybe you're going to try to block someone else.
Number 1. Lewis and Clark. Now, why is this game number 1? It has resource management, it has card drafting, it has hand management, it has worker placement, it has different uses for cards. It takes all those different mechanics and combines them together perfectly. You're immersed in the world of the 1800s of Lewis and Clark. You're going on an expedition, trying to make it to the Pacific first. I appreciate the decisions throughout the game. What cards do I get? What resources do I need? When should I forge ahead on my expedition? And I haven't even mentioned the art yet. Vincent Dutrait is one of my favorite board game artists.
I like that the game is different every time because the cards that come out to buy are random, so you have to adjust your strategies depending on which cards come out at which point in the game.
Yeah, well, thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments below what games would be in your top 10 list, and don't forget to check out our Kickstarter running now.